I just want this game to be released already. Hey, what's up? Dynasty with another episode of hashtag Tony Talks. Probably not done one of these videos since February, so it's been a long time. We're about to be in April, but yes, since the beta dropped, I want to say the beginning of this month, the end of last month. Has it really been that long? Jeez. We got confirmation that indeed Velma would be in the game. That's really like the last time I talked about MultiVersus on the channel, and that was the 5th of March. So within the last couple of weeks, what exactly has been going on? And really, it's not been too much at all. There's still been no gameplay trailers released. We got some small snippets of, I guess you can call this like a character showcase, maybe? I don't know if you'd call it that. It's just kind of like a breakdown of the character for Shaggy, and that's pretty much it. I was hoping that we'd start seeing these pop up like every other day, every other week, but it's been a minute, and there's only been one, so marketing for this game's been a bit weird, but thankfully, like I mentioned earlier, we got another episode of hashtag Tony Talks because Tony from Player First Games, who is the head director, has still provided more insight than any official MultiVersus account has. So shout out to Tony for being transparent still. And with that said, drop a like for MultiVersus if you love it, and let's get into it. So the game is still dropping 2022. When asked about this, simply, there you go. Very confident the game is still dropping this year. Sadly, no release window just this year. I mean, we're already about to be in April, so hopefully it's sooner rather than later. I hope. But I've been saying that about trailers, and we still haven't gotten any. But speaking of trailers, Tony has responded to everybody's concern about a lack of release trailers and stuff. And honestly, now that we got a response, it kind of makes sense why we haven't been seeing them lately. So Enrico said, I have a quick question. You told me the game was out in 2022, but nothing happened. Just the normal trailer has been announced. Please do more trailers and let me announce the date of the game. Please do it for me. It's for the fans. To that, Tony says, gameplay trailers are coming, but currently they impact the dev team. And if I have to pick where to spend our resources, it's always going to be to make the game better. We're trying to build out a small team to help us make trailers to lessen the impact on dev work to address. I understand the importance of trailers and announce dates. We're trying to get there as soon as possible while striving to make a game that our players love and deserve. Now, to this, I want to say, Warner Brothers, why are the devs responsible for these trailers? Shouldn't you have somebody like in charge of this? The fact that they're having to try to outsource this themselves and figure it out on their own scares me. I feel like this is something that WB should be on top of, and they're not. So, what the fuck? I'm sorry, but these dudes are creating the game. The last thing they need to worry about is how to edit a trailer. Like, I will do that for you. If it comes down to it, WB, give me the content. I'll edit it myself. Like, I'm mind blown right now that these dudes are having to work on the game, and it seems like it's a crunch. And while they're doing this, they're also required to do the marketing as well. Like, so yeah, there you go. Devs are also responsible for doing their own marketing, despite being backed by a multi-billion-dollar publishing studio, apparently. I'm sorry, Player First Games. Literally, I am sorry. I feel your pain. Love you guys. Going back to what the devs do, though, which is work and create characters like they should be doing because that's their job, and it's not their job to make trailers. WB. Tony was back at it a few weeks ago saying back to it, bug fixing and balance tuning and some work on a new character. To that, somebody asked Velma or someone completely new. He said, new character. Velma is in the balance tuning category. So boom, as of the 20th of March, just over a week ago, Velma was in the balance tuning category, and a new character is currently being built at Player First Games. And speaking of how long it takes to make a character, we actually have some insight behind that. DMan2456 on Twitter asked Tony, I ran out of space to ask my second question. How long does the process of making characters, their movesets, and studying them take? And is it fun to try to implement them into a fighting game? To that, Tony said, it depends. Couple of months generally, but some can take much longer. I get a lot of satisfaction when the character starts to come together, but I do get a bit of anxiety at the start of the process when I'm not sure it will. So, confirmation that creating a character, a single character at times, takes more than a month. Kind of giving us, I guess you can even say, some insight on how these characters will be released if it takes a month or so to create them. When DLC's coming down the line, expect at least a couple months in between characters at the very least, because here it is from Tony himself. Shit takes time. You know what else takes time? Apparently editing fucking trailers. I'm sorry, but I'm still upset about that. Like, I'm genuinely mad I gotta meditate. I'm done meditating. Okay. Speaking of Velma, Tony was asked, what gave you the idea of making Velma a playable character instead of Daphne or Scooby? And to that, Tony said, she's my favorite character from Mystery Inc., and I thought a kit based around collecting clues and sass would be fun. So there you go. Confirmation that Velma will have some type of clue collecting in her arsenal for the game. And to that, somebody said, I figure Fred would make the most sense, creating traps, but MultiVersus is planned to keep getting free DLC, so anything's possible. And to that, Tony said, sometimes you gotta go with the surprise. So emphasis on picking unique characters, I think, is a good thing for this game's roster. That's what makes games really fun and memorable, I think, in my opinion. So I'm okay with Velma being on the roster versus Daphne, Fred, Scooby, and like Douglas was saying, we got DLC hopefully forever once this game drops sometime this year, and never say never. So there you go. That is why Velma was selected to be part of this game's roster. Cannot wait to see her gameplay. Cannot wait to see what she looks like officially. Now, I thought this was a good question. So KJ asked Tony, super excited for MultiVersus, has been wishing for it ever since the first trailer dropped. I'm wondering if you guys have considered dev streams once the game comes out just to interact with the community and provide news. And to that, Tony said, yup. Hopefully you can do a bunch of different things to interact with the community. Now, he didn't say yes, but I hope they take a page from NetherRealm Studios and really do like a combat cast type of stream for MultiVersus as every new DLC character gets released. Get on stream, break down the character's moveset, their arsenal, their perks, the skins, how they play, give everybody a taste of what's to come while breaking down everything they have to offer. I think it's a win-win for both the community, for the devs, for everybody. I think it's a great way to keep everybody hyped and involved. It's worked out for years of NetherRealm Studios, so I think that Player First Games should probably take a page from that if they have the time. If only they had somebody there who could organize these things along with trailers. Woo. So after all these questions, any update on a beta, perhaps? And it seems like no update as of the 27th of this month. Tony said in response to people demanding some playtime for MultiVersus, I mentioned that we are working through the data we collected, and once we do fixes based on the data and ready to learn more, we would announce the next dates. For now, we're still in that process, so don't have a firm date yet. So still no updates on a new beta. Patience is a virtue, and hopefully, again, it's sooner rather than later, but console players still have not played the game, and it's been announced for almost 4 months now. So take that for what you will. Now, the last question comes from this morning, today. Pizza Lord with a really good question about character sizing. I thought this was really interesting. Pizza Lord asked Tony, if Jaro was to be added, could he be by himself as a solo character, or would he have to be a dual character, for example, like Tom and Jerry, due to his size? And to that, Tony said, we need the characters to at least be a certain size so you can read their animations and what they're doing. We would need to put Jaro in game to see what we would need to do. And to that I'd say, Jaro with a beam cannon would be OP, and I want it. Please give it to me. But there you go. So not necessarily a no to super duper small characters. Not necessarily a yes, just gotta test it out first. So hey, the door is always open with MultiVersus, even for third-party characters too. Tony is always reiterating that characters not from the WB umbrella can be featured, just depends on if they can get it done. So yeah, there you go. Everything going on with MultiVersus for the month of March, pretty much. What do you guys think of everything discussed today? Let me know in the comment section down below. Till next time, been your host, been Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe. Cannot wait for this game to drop. Cannot wait for this game. I really can't. Having withdrawals already from the beta. I miss it. I love you guys. See you all in the next video.